Sorry, I was just turning on my cat cam, and then it occurred to me that the dog might lie on it, and I should probably take its collar off. So, there. Here, we can have the label that's just, like, incredibly incorrect. The cat cam label's an image, it's not a text file, so I can't, like, really quickly edit it. So, we'll just leave that. I tried to lure the cat into my office by putting down that fluffy blanket. Like, she loves laying on the fluffy blanket, but apparently she's not the only animal that loves laying on the fluffy blanket. So, what's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Cool music. Oh, no, there shouldn't be music. There isn't music. Oh, you mean the music in the intro. I needed to make sure I didn't have a tab playing music somewhere that was going to get me banned off YouTube. No, the music from the intro is just from the YouTube creator library. The final one is... Oh, I've already forgotten. I know the one that loops twice in the beginning is Patriotic March. The third one is some kind of drum. I don't remember. Pet cam, yeah. Close enough. He's basically a cat. He acts more like a cat than our actual cat. Our cat can fetch, and the dog can't. So, and the Friday vlog ends just in time for Hazel to go live. Yeah, pretty tight timing on that one. I was not editing as quickly as I probably should have been. Okay, well, I'm going to turn that off then until such a time as one of them lays down there. Thank you, Norma, dog on the cat cam. Yeah, it was short-lived. I don't know where he's gone or why, but he might come back, or maybe the cat will come back, or one of you. Hi, Hazel. I made chicken fingers from the cookbook yesterday. So good. Nice, nice. I have some bad news. It's not really bad news. This doesn't affect anybody in any way, but the eggnog that I made on stream, usually very good. Not the fault of the recipe, I should clarify. Not the fault of the recipe, but I heated it too much, and it kind of curdled, and it's not good. It's not good. I think I have to throw it out. The flavor is delightful. The flavor is really good. Everything is kind of balanced nicely. It tastes like really nice eggnog. But, it's, the texture's revolting. It's real bad. It's so bad. So, maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll try that again. When are you dyeing your hair? Tomorrow. I'm dyeing my hair tomorrow. I will be spending the entire day doing it. I'm going to make a video. The video will go up on Monday, so Christmas. So if you're doing anything for Christmas where you have like an extra 15 minutes and nothing to do, like in the car or something, then I've got you covered. And then if you want to see the hair before Monday, then your best bet is to follow me on Instagram. That's at HazelnuttyLife, because I'm going to be posting, probably not like actual pictures, but to the story. I'll be posting to my story. Maybe actual pictures. We'll see. Hazel saw you in the video from Taliesin and Evitel. Love the sass about Argus. Well, thank you. I tried to amp up my sassiness just like a little bit, just like an extra 5 to 10% extra sassiness, just because I've watched their videos and they always have like smoking sassiness, so I figured I wanted to fit in. Your druid looks amazing. Why, thank you. It's not an accident that I'm idling on this character. I was like, the stream was about to start and I was on my loading screen and it was like down here in my bank alt, and I'm like, let's just like tab up just a little bit, you know? Get that moving over. Oh, I just wanted to say thank you for the video on how to make the loading screens go faster. Noticed this started to happen in Legion, has been a pain, but it's fixed now. I'm so glad that was helpful to some people. None of that information is especially new. It's stuff that I did like quite a while ago. But it occurred to me that maybe not everybody had seen it yet, so I figured more exposure is always good, especially if there's people that were still suffering through really long loading screens. Hey Hazel, how are you doing this fine Friday? Sweet to catch your stream. Welcome, Chainsy. Hazel, I took her advice from last time to the Argus quest line when I got back into WoW. It's taking so long to gear, only at 920 now. 920 is pretty good. My priest is only a little bit, I guess she's like 940-ish now. But now that you've got some Argus stuff, I think you'd be able to catch up pretty quick. You can get into LFR now, and you can probably get into some normal pugs. Hello, Hazel. Snap a lips. Argus gave me legendary pants tonight. Grats. Those are, oh no, you probably play a class that has legendary pants. I'm thinking legendary pants, and I remember that other classes have different legendaries. Nice. Is it true that demon hunters are getting the boot? As in being changed into a normal hunter? No. But I do want to know where you've heard that, because that's hilarious. That's actually so funny. On Wednesday, it was raid night for my guild, and I got no Mundos, Redemption, and Heroic. While testing it raids as a healer, a Shaman Legendary. Grats. Sorry about the big Hazel. Nog, not big. Oh, sorry about the nog. Oh, it's totally fine. One of those things that happens when you do something that you haven't done a whole lot, you kind of have to accept that every now and then it's just not going to work. That's fine. That's totally fine. So today, I've come up with some options, but I haven't decided on what we're going to do. So I figure I'm gonna make a poll. And you guys can vote. We got people here. We can vote on stuff. Hazel, I love you. Aw, thanks, Paul. It's been like 2 years since I stopped playing WoW, but I still watch you and Tal and Evatel, two of my favorite channels. Aw, shucks. Cool to see you in the Tal and Evatel vid. Yeah, that was a fun project. I loved watching the finished one because I only got like I didn't get to interact with anybody. I just like made a thing and sent it in, so it was really fun seeing what everybody else got to do. They're Holy Priest legendary pants, but they are garbage. It's just plus 6 seconds of renew. Oh no. You know a good way to farm pet charms? I really want that toy, but that turns me into my pet. Oh yes. So I actually talked about this in my vlog that like just went up. So the most recent video on my channel towards the end has a section about this, but basically, put on the Boon of the Zookeeper onto your shoulders. It's an enchant. You can buy it in the pet shop in Dalaran. Every day, check the map for the pet dailies. There will be 3 pet dailies, and any one of them, anywhere between 0 and 3 of those can reward you pet charms. And when they do reward pet charms, they typically reward between 10 and 20, so quite a few. And then, I hope you have alts. You take every character that you can and do that pet daily. If you like, you can do it over and over and over again if you have multiple alts. And because the pet charms are Battle.net account wide, you just mail them all to one character, and you can easily get like hundreds of pet charms in a day. You can have it really quick. Looking good today. Thank you. My hair's like super back and up, and it kind of looks like I've just got really short hair. This is like as long as you can't see the back of it, it's like my androgynous Hazel look. But it's I'm wearing a dress today, and it's like I've got like these fleece lined leggings underneath it that kind of have like a really noticeable border here. But it's cold, so I don't want to put on like anything else. Anyways, I'm gonna put up this poll so we can vote on what we're gonna do. There are gonna be 3 options. Let me configure this first. So, control, poll. The poll title is what's stream activity, I guess. There's going to be 3 options. Option number 1 is going to be mountain mogrunts, because option number 2 is going to be arena. That could be viewer 3s probably. Arena, PvP. Option number 3 is going to be Mythic Plus. That would be me trying to either find people to help me run my key or trying to find somebody else's key, and basically trying to get my 15 done because I haven't done it yet this week. So those are the options. This poll is going to be up for 3 minutes. You can vote with, it'll say in chat here, actually, it'll have an instruction. So let me get this up on the screen. Browser source. Start. There we go. Okay, so in order to vote, exclamation point vote space, and then either a 1, 2, or 3 depending on which thing you want to vote for, and then Hazelnuttybot has the options like written out there. And then Hazel's channel for how-to comps for those dailies. True, yeah, I do have those. Don't spill the tea. I'll try not to spill the tea. My cup of tea is much smaller today though, so if I do spill it, it's going to be less of an impact, but I don't have another dress, and the reason I'm actually wearing one for a reason. Also, thank you, Ellipse. I did see before all the voting. I did see your compliment. That's very sweet of you. I have a party to go to after this, like immediately after this. I have to leave like right at 5, with like adults. My husband's office party basically for the holiday, and I need to interact with his coworkers and pretend to be an adult and like try and explain to them what I do for a living when they ask. So I just need to look like a grown up basically. And then tomorrow I get to dye all my hair purple just in case it was bothering me too much. See, I knew it. Nobody wants to watch PvP. I want a PvP just in general for content, but it's not something that really has an audience. Or if it has an audience, it's not my audience. And that's totally fine. Everybody wants to watch what they want to watch. But it's just a funny thing that people don't really want to see that. Awesome Friday. Welcome, Doug. Doing normal and Taurus, we're at Kingroth, and when we're at high command, we kept wiping, but we took him down. Nice, Brancha. Grats. Hazel, is this party you're going to be lit? I bet your life in solo. I'd love to down a few shots with Hazel, bro. I don't think it's going to be very lit. I know there will be. I think it's like a drink ticket thing, but I don't really know anybody there. I don't have a lot in common with anybody there, and I'm probably just going to have 1 drink so that I'm a little bit more comfortable and then stop before I get messy. Because I'm a big lightweight when I'm drinking, and I go from happy to absolutely wasted very quickly. So I try and limit my alcohol consumption. Hey Hazel, what's that tea? Sir, if you said it already, but I didn't quite catch it. So I can't pronounce the actual Chinese name of it very well. It's basically a sticky rice pu'er. It doesn't have any actual rice in it, but there's an herb that kind of flavors it to almost taste like fresh rice in just like a really earthy, dark pu'er tea. It's very hard to describe if you've never had it before, but it's quite nice. We're all just giant children. It's true, and I don't think that these people are really all that different from me. I just don't really know how to talk to them. Shadow Priest PvP? No, not Shadow Priest PvP. I'm not a monster. No, I'm just kidding. I only PvP in my Resto Druid. I only do PvP, like, I have two characters. I play Resto for Arena, and I play Shadow for PvE. I don't mix and match those two things, and I don't play anything else. Which vote is what? 1, 2, 3, top to bottom. So 1 is mounts and mountain mog runs, 2 is arena, 3 is mythic plus. Mount drops make people happy, that's true. PvP with Hazel is fun, but mythic plussing is just better. I get the feeling your audience is big on collecting. That's probably true. Drink of choice, hot toddy? What's a hot toddy? I'm not really picky with my drinks of choice. I like scotch, I like whiskey. I don't know anything about it, but I always enjoy it when I'm drinking it. Is the poll we won mount runs? Yep. Okay. Let's do that then. Let's go do that. I'm gonna pull up my Simple Armory mount run page. I'm tempted to go get my cat just so that she knows that there's like a squishy, comfy napping place here. I'm gonna bring her in. She doesn't have to stay, but I just need her to see her options, okay? I'll be right back. Check out this place. Don't worry about the dog. He's fine. Don't worry about him. You can stay here too. That's fine. That's also fine. Hi Hazel. Hope you're well. Welcome Trinket Master Gordo. I am doing great. How are you? Thoughts on melee classes? That's a wide statement. I don't play them. I think it's great that other people enjoy them. I've never really had a lot of fun playing melee. I like being able to see what I'm doing. And when you're like right up in the boss, it's tough to see what you're doing. There we go. Yeah, check it out, cat. Check it out. A little bit of this. I like running the rep missions that give me rep for things that can still give me mounts. Oh, that's the other thing for pet charms, actually. Always check your order missions, usually at the bottom for this one. And then always 200% that, because that'll give you 25 pet charms. And I feel like that happens like at least 3 to 5 times a week. Oh, are you gone? Oh, she was just walking by. I can turn that off now. So that one's really good. Do that whenever it's up for sure. What else we got? Bloods, shirt. Bloods, shirt. Alright, that'll do. I got the Lich King mount by accident while trying to get the Drudge Ghoul. I was on the wrong difficulty level. Dang, I would take that. I would not be the slightest bit upset. Not even a little tiny bit. So let's turn on sound game music just so there's something going on. Finish pulling up my Simple Armory. Oh, no. So it's almost Christmas time for those of you who celebrate Christmas. What do you guys like to do? Is there like a specific family like ritual or plan? Is there something you're really looking forward to? I knew it's mount runs. I had a feeling, but I felt like it was best to be very democratic about it. I got 3 mounts the other day, Bone White Primal, Green Primal, and the Fell Spotted Ray. I was super excited. That's a good day, James. That's a good day. I'm a member of Scotch Addict. Is that like a club? Or you just really like Scotch? Or both? My dad got me the new South Park game on Steam for Christmas. Nice, late night. That's awesome. I heard that was really funny. I didn't play it, but I heard it was very funny. Although I've never actually seen South Park, so I'm sure a lot of it would probably be lost on me. Don't get cat fur in your nice dress, Hazel. I feel like cat fur on my clothing is kind of expected of me, but she doesn't actually shed a whole lot. She's not one of those cats that you just like walk away and everything's clinging to you. The dog is that way. The dog is 100% that way. I can't touch the dog or else I'm going to become the dog. But he doesn't want to be touched anyway, so it kind of works out. The add-on for Order Hall missions, I want to say that's Garrison Mission Manager. I think they just updated it from Warlords. Yeah, this one right here. Garrison Mission Manager. And that's a really good one. I got the Reigns of the Ravenlord without trying. Same! I got my Reigns of the Ravenlord actually back in, I think it was Cataclysm, when the satchels that you would get for doing... You would get a satchel... Hang on, I don't know if I need to go in here. For doing, queuing for a dungeon roll that was in need, so I would just do healer queues whenever there was a satchel up, and I would get the satchel. And back then, those satchels had pets and mounts, and they had a chance to contain really rare mounts from dungeons and raids. It wasn't a very big chance, but it was a chance. And that's how I got my Reigns of the Ravenlord. I never actually ran whatever dungeon it came out of. Okay, so we're going to start off in Stormwind, port to Oldham. Okay, so I'm, going the wrong place. I'm going to start off in Stormwind. I guess I won't use that. Hazel, do people really care about playing WoW and Pokemon these days? Some people do. Not everybody, but some people do. I feel like the same can be said of most things. Nothing is going to be for everybody, but there's always going to be people that care. I finally got Felspotted eggs. Fingers crossed I get the mount. I've been trying for weeks. Is there just like one left that you need, or are you kind of hoping for any of them at this point? I'm just excited for gift cards. Very pragmatic. Do you heal as a priest or just DPS? Only DPS. I'm a single color kind of priest, and that color is purple. Usually we have raclette on the 24th, but this year we're having goose. I don't know what raclette is. I'm probably saying it incorrectly. I'm sorry. I'm going to Google it because I'm curious. Cheese fashioned into a wheel. Interesting. Oh, I've seen this. Oh, that looks really good. Served over potatoes and meats. Interesting. Okay. I'll be working. Girlfriend is out of town, so it'll be lonely. I've had a couple of lonely Christmases like that. Although I am blessed that my husband is gonna be home this year, and also I invited another friend over, so we're gonna have at least 3 people. We alternate years between in-laws. What mount is taking you the longest to get? Mine is Hualon with 484. Hualon is taking you 484 attempts, you poor soul. That's awful. The Timeless Isle is gorgeous, but I would so be done with that by then. Hello, Hazel, like your hair today? Thanks, Robin. This is what I do when I can't be bothered with it. I just shove it all back. Although I did take the care to pin it into a braid. Although somebody once told me when I had it, like, so it's in like a braid that's like kind of like in a circle. And parts of it are kind of folded over right now, so it's not super reminiscent of this, but sometimes when you do it really carefully, it kind of comes out looking like the poop emoji, and somebody told me that once, and it like really hurt my feelings. So I don't wear my hair like this very much, because I don't want to look like I've got poop on my head. Maybe once it's purple, then I won't feel like it looks like poop, because most people don't have purple poop. I just got a fell lash. Congrats, Norma. Love Rocket, don't think I'll ever get that one. Oh yeah, mount that's in... The problem is that I don't really try for mounts. That sounds awful. I don't actively try for mounts continuously. If I think of it, sure, I'll go run whatever drops a mount that I don't have yet, and if I get it, that's kind of cool. But there's no mount that I have like my heart set on that I'm just counting down the days until hopefully it one day drops. I just kind of do them whenever I feel like farming some mounts. I guess you could say I've been working the longest towards trying to one day get a gladiator mount, but I'm not on a good trajectory for that right now. I've been trying to queue to shake off some of my rust and be a bit of a better PvP player, and it's just so hard on my soul. It's so hard to feel like I'm not good enough and I'm just letting down my friends, or people that are not my friends that are now extra sure they're not my friends because I'm not playing to whatever caliber they want me to, and that's just something that's really emotionally hard for me for whatever reason. So it's hard, but I want to be a gladiator. It's so much fun when it's going well. Hey Hazel, hey everyone, what are you drinking? I have some tea, some sticky rice pu'er. I got my white Hawkstrider from a satchel back in Panda. Shadow Priest is the way to go, doing a solo holiday. Merry Christmas. Going to a family Christmas party tomorrow, Hazel. I'm bringing the cheese dip and pretzels from the cookbook along with homemade fudge. Ooh, what kind of fudge do you make? Alright, so I'm doing this on whatever difficulty I want, and it doesn't really matter. I'm not even going to check, I don't care. Just got the Bullwinkle Hunter Spear Beast. Congrats, Ilkid. Any other shaman trolls here? Most fun to play, IMO. Blessed winter solstice and happy winter veil to all. I only found out that it was the winter solstice yesterday because I found that out because in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, every single animal that I talked to yesterday was like, yo, it's the solstice. And then you had to talk to them again in order to do whatever you were actually talking to them for. So that's why I know. Otherwise, I probably would have forgotten. I recently discovered your channel and I've been binge watching your videos. Well, I'm glad to have you on the stream. I got Invincible and the White Hawk Strider from Magister's Terrace in one day. That was the only luck I've had in 10 years. The only thing, there must have been something else. There must have been some other time. We wiped at Kingaroth, oh no. 367 mounts, barely over 100. Am I 367? Yeah, I guess I am. That counts mounts from both factions, so that number is not valid for the achievement, although I do know that I have more than 300 for the achievement, because I did get my achievement mount, whatever that was. I don't have the Emerald Drake yet. I'm missing, I think, 2 Drakes for that. I need 1 more Drake from Malagos, and I need 1 more Drake from Dragonsoul, I think. Hazel, thanks for the tip on the Sell Junk add-on. No problem. I love that one. It's like the holy trinity of old... I said trinity when I can only think of 2. The 2 really important add-ons for really enjoying yourself in running old content is Sell Junk and Monar's Wardrobe Helper. Those 2 things make it so fun. I guess if you want to make it a trinity, you could add in TSM so that you can very quickly see what the market value of any greens or materials that drop are. That would be the holy trinity of old dungeon farming. I am going the long way around here. I'm just trying to get to Alec here. Are the winter mogs only usable during the event? I believe so, but I'm not sure which ones. I know some things, I think some things are and some things aren't. I'm not 100% sure. The mount I want most is the Time Lost Proto Drake. That's a tough one. I never did that. I need a discount for character services. I don't need to buy any more mounts. I want to head to another server. Yeah. I don't know if they'll ever... I mean, I think they have done character service discounts before, but it's not something they do very often. Am I just... Oh, yeah, I am. When did you know Priest was the class for you? So up until the end of Mists of Pandaria, I was a chronic alcoholic. Not an alcoholic. I was not an alcoholic. I was a chronic alcoholic. Oops. Are we good? I could not pick a class. I would switch every 6 months to the point of, and I wouldn't transfer anything, or like, I would just level a new character on a new server with a new guild, and I would migrate like about 2-3 times a year. I couldn't stick with anything. I have like just old servers from that time that are just littered with characters at various past expansion level caps. And at the end of MoP, what happened was I moved to America. I left Canada. I immigrated. And when I moved into this house with the man who's now my husband, and also we had a roommate. We had a couple of roommates, actually, but we had this one roommate in particular who is now my guild leader. And I was so excited to have IRL friends that played WoW, that I could play WoW with. Like, I thought it was so cool there was going to be 3 of us in the same house all doing raid night together. So I really wanted to pick a good thing to play so I could be that role for the guild, like, because it was the first time I knew I had a guild that I actually had actual reason to like really stick with. So at that point I don't remember exactly why I picked Shadow Priest, but I remember I really enjoyed it, and I've just been kind of committed to it ever since. Alright, I'm gonna scroll back up and catch up. Hazel, you have a mount for every day of the year. That is true. I didn't get the mount from there, did I? No. It would pop up in guild chat, right? I think it would pop up in guild chat. Okay. So now we need to run all Dragonsoul all over again until we get the Blazing Drake. It's the only one left from that instance that is still making me run the Spine of Deathwing. Dark Chocolate Fudge, Hazel. Norma showed me how to make it. Oh, that sounds so good. Hey, Hazel, good job with the raid guides. It was fun seeing you on the Convert to Raid podcast. Oh, Line of Sight. I used to use your raid guides. That's so weird. Thanks for stopping by. Also, I'm sorry if you sent your message like half an hour ago. I think I'm really behind in chat. But, you guys made the, like, the really quick ones that were featured in the Blizzard launcher. Those were amazing. Hazel, just got the long-lost Hippogriff mount last week. Congrats, Michael. Can't recall what's your priest name again. Hazel was just like a bunch of vowels shoved in there. Is this vanilla WoW sub-hero? I would be a poor Viking if I didn't celebrate the solstice. You're an obvious question. Have you checked out all the things add-on collector's checklist for all the things? I haven't, and it sounds like something that I will probably check out and then realize I've been missing all of my life and then make a video about. Sounds like that's what's going on. Great seeing you on the latest Tell yesterday. Never Tell show. Thank you. That was fun. Not a fan of the event lock for Mogs. Not a fan of the event lock. Oh, yeah. I think it's okay. I think it makes it a little bit more special to be able to dress up in the holiday stuff when the holiday is active. I definitely understand why somebody would be frustrated they can't wear that all the time. But I also don't really do a whole lot of holiday mogs, so I don't know if I deserve an opinion. I was confused by your sentence for a moment because I was trying to make the word lock be warlock. And I'm thinking, what can't warlocks mog to? I thought for a second that you didn't like the look of your warlock in Christmas gear. Warlocks can wear socks and sweaters. Great item for loot is called Atlas Loot. I used to have Atlas Loot. I don't remember why I got rid of it. Sets for the raid and event dungeon. Oh, I think I got rid of Atlas Loot because the reason I was using it was for... Like, I think the game added the functionality that I needed from it. Either that or Minar's Wardrobe Helper. Do you have any tips for sticking with farming a mount I always give up? I would say if you're having a problem sticking with it, but you really want to like actually finish and carry through, step 1 is to only do one at a time. Don't burn yourself out by trying to do like a whole bunch of them. And step 2 is to set yourself a reminder, like have a habitual time that you sit down and you do it and just make it part of your schedule. Don't worry about whether or not it's going to happen. Just worry about doing that thing because the thing is part of what you're supposed to be doing at that time. Don't install all the things if you're a compulsive collector. It will ruin your life. I've heard that actually. Wormy, I'm not going to read your whole message, but I did read it. One shaman and a priest walks into a bar. The priest passes out from drinking. The shaman is fine because he has a natural affinity. The priest passes out from drinking. The shaman is fine because he has a natural affinity. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Sung Tops. Hey, Hazel. Hey, everyone. How are you doing? You should do an Iron Man? Oh, man. I don't know if that statement's true. I don't think that statement's true. I don't think I should do that at all. Best way to get a discounted boost is to buy a new account when the game goes on sale and link it to your account. Oh, I never heard of that. She can make some metal music and an Iron Maiden character. For the last 2 weeks, I've gotten 3 raid drop mounts, but drop rate is upped. You most likely just went on a lucky streak. There's usually a bit of a... I feel like I would have heard something if the drop rate was actually raised. Stop using the Amani Dragonhawk. I'm sorry. I'm using my random favorite mount button. I have all sorts of mounts set up in there. I promise I didn't specifically pick it out for you. Hey Hazel, love your videos. Hashtag Gnome Pride. Thank you, Marlexia. I'm a little worried that some of you might leave me if I become a Void Elf, though. Not a fan of the cool new mount model being made temporary and locked into a micro event. Cool new mount model being made temporary and locked into a micro event. You mean like the broomstick in Hallow's End? Or maybe I've missed something. I want horn socks for my demon hunter. Horn socks. What are horn socks? Guess what? I've survived another year pretty dang well if I say so myself. Welcome, Logan. I am glad that you survived another year. And I think you can do like at least 5 more. I think you can do it. The face he made at the end of that joke was priceless. I just didn't understand. Park and ult the instance entrance that you can hop onto and run on cooldown. That's actually a great, that's a better answer than mine. I picked that one instead. Alright, so we can do this in any difficulty. So I'm gonna real quick see if there's any difficulties I still need transmog from Dragon Soul. And this drops off of Deathwing, so I have to do the whole thing. Shamans are all nature-y, but how does that give them a higher alcohol tolerance? 101 Mimiron's head run, still nothing. Oh no, the Silithid mounts and also the broomstick. Oh, gotcha. Also, reindeer, right? Like, can't we turn our mounts into reindeer for the holidays? Oh, I closed that. I needed that still. But only during Wintervale? I think that's a thing. Okay, Dragon Soul. So, 10-man has 3 things, or normal has 3 things. Heroic only has 1, so I'm gonna do this in 25-player normal. I don't think I'll wear any of those things, but I do like collecting for the sake of collecting. Also, speaking of collecting, what am I doing? Dungeon, raid, normal. Okay, good. It was already there. Speaking of collecting, I finally got, and I actually took a screenshot of like my chat log when I looted this, but then I didn't tweet it because I was like, nobody cares. But I got, where'd it go? I finally got that belt. No, not that one. Not that one. One of these. That one. I got the girl's lair belt that we've been like running off and on for ever. Like forever. I finally got that to drop. I just ran it this week and it worked. So I can move on with my life now. That's pretty good. Do you have the long forgotten hippogriff? I do. Thanks to one of you. A viewer helped me get that on a stream not too long ago, which was excellent because otherwise I never would have gotten. Like arm warmers for horns, just a silly little Mog idea. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I see, for their head. Okay, I thought you meant like socks that gave them horny feet. And I didn't understand why demon hunters might want horny feet, but that makes a lot more sense. That's kind of cute. I would enjoy seeing like fan art of the demon hunter with like knitted horn warmers. A priest and a shaman are having a carrying contest. The priest uses his movement feathers and finishes quickly. Shaman tries the same, becomes overloaded, and breaks down. That's kind of cute. It's kind of like a crossover joke, because in Hearthstone, I don't believe priests have any kind of feather-related spell, as far as I know. I might have missed something. I haven't played a ton of Hearthstone recently, but I think that's a thing. I think Angelic Feather is a WoW creation, whereas the Overload thing's obviously specific to Hearthstone. It's okay, just forget it. 12 alts, you run ICC Ulduar vaults every week, no drops ever. What drops from Mogashan vaults? What mount am I missing from there? Or maybe you're looking for Mog with the preserved holly. Yeah, I knew that. I figured it was something like that. Making me feel old. 10 more days until kids born this millennium start becoming legal adults in the US and most of Canada anyways. Oh, they're turning 8. Oh, that's true. That's true. They are. My little brother's going to be 17, 18? That's kind of freaky. He's a half brother, so I didn't grow up like in the same household as him, but we would visit. And I spent most of my time with him as a young child, so I don't really know him as an adult yet. Thanks for friending me on Animal Crossing Divot. Yeah, Rich, you like cleared out my market box. That was so funny. I log on and I look at my market box, and it's just like all you. I spent some time this morning trying to fill it back up. During WoD, you randomly went into Tempest Keep raiding your monk and you got the Phoenix. I still don't have that one. I think that's one of the mounts that I need, but it's so far down this list. I usually get through ICC on a stream, and then I like run out of time or just run out of energy to do mount runs with. Did I get anything? Elegon Dragon Mount. Oh! How do I not know about that? It's not in this list. I don't have it, do I? There's no way. There's no way. What's it called? Astral? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, I definitely don't have that. I just wanted to make sure. I wonder why that's not listed in the Simple Armory thing. Maybe because it's from a cache and not like a boss, but it's still a boss. Chat seems out of sync. Am I super far behind or super far ahead? I am super far behind. You're fine. You may have told it once, but why are you doing old Kata content in Holy Spec? It's because, not so much a big deal for this dungeon, but just for old content in general, whenever you have to clear packs of mobs, Shadow has no way to do that. Like, you could spec into Shadow Crash and do that every, like, 15 seconds with a travel time and a targeting reticle. Or you can dot things up individually. You don't have a cleave that works because your only cleave requires your main target to actually live while you're cleaving everything around it. So, Holy Nova then becomes the best way to get around because I can just kill things. That procs my Bear Tartar so that I get a movement speed buff. And that's the best way for priests to do old content at this time, since they removed Mind Seer. We used to have a perfectly good button for doing that, but it's gone now, and I'm not bitter at all. Mount Helper mod that can help find what things you need to run. Is that part of all my things, or is that a different mod? What's the difference between a shaman and a demo lock? The demo lock can't hear raid commands over the sound of his AoE. That's kind of how I feel whenever I'm fighting a Beastmaster. It hasn't happened like in the last 2 seasons. But whenever I'm fighting a Beast Mastery Hunter in Arena, when all of their pets are up on you and you play with game sound, because that's typically the only time I'm really playing with game sound. I always play with sound in Arena just because sometimes I can hear stealth characters and then find them. I swear that's a real thing. But, yeah, whenever all of the Beastmaster Hunter's pets are like all up in your business, it's just a cacophony of stuff going on, and it's actually really distracting. Isn't that a Guild Achieve mount? I don't know. Earlier you asked about Christmas traditions in my family. My husband is Jewish, so we do a pajama exchange, and he demands that we get a tree, and we also get a new ornament every year. That sounds really nice. My mom used to get me pajamas for Christmas every year. She would always get me like a brand new set, and I love my Christmas pajamas. And it was like one of my favorite gifts, or at least one of my ongoing favorite gifts. Because you might get something else that seems cooler but doesn't have as long of a shelf life. Like I still wear Christmas pajamas that I got as a teenager. Shadow should really get some better AoE. It doesn't need to be super powerful. Exactly, that's how I feel. I don't need to top charts on cleave fights, like multi-target stacked cleave, or what am I talking about? Low health. I don't need to top ad cleave fight specifically is what I'm saying. I don't need to be highest on Portal Keeper Hazabel. I just need to be able to do this without having to go into Holy. I just need a button that lets me do that imp world quest on the Broken Shore without having to dot each individual imp one by one. Shadow Crash doesn't count. It's not the same. I did Dragon Soul a few hours ago for the mount and did not get it. Well, maybe I'm just hogging all your luck. Maybe it'll happen. It's going to be kind of upsetting if one of the other two mounts drops, though, because I have them. I wish they wouldn't. I wish it had some way of checking what you already have before dropping any new mounts, because that's always kind of heartbreaking. Are we good yet? No, they're still chatting. I also wish you could skip RP and raids, but we can't always get what we want. Shadow isn't about AoE, they're about standing, dotting things, and hoping that you don't have to move, which is true, and that's totally fine and fair as a raid strategy. I just want a button to deal with those situations. I don't need it to be top damage. It can be very bad damage. It just needs to work. It just needs to do some damage that will kill things in less time than it would take me to target one Shadow Word Pain, tab, target, Shadow Word Pain, tab, target. It's just too many globals. Hey Hazel, how's it going? Just today, plus 17 Arcway. Welcome, VJ. It is going quite well. And Grazier 17. I would say that we almost did Mythic Plus on stream today, but I think that would be an exaggeration. We did a vote, and Mythic Plus was second on that vote, but it wasn't super close. Is Hazel a name? Yeah. Hazel's a name. Do you have the Ultraxian mount? I do. I have the Ultraxian mount, and I have one of the two Deathwing mounts. So I'm really only missing the Blazing Drake, which is what I'm trying to get here today. This guy. I have the Gift of the Lifebinder, so I just need the orange one, which I'm not actually probably going to really ride much, aside from maybe just putting it on my random favorite mount rotation. But, you know, if you get that, and then I get lucky at Malagos, I'll get an Emerald Drake, and then I can just say, look at all these dragons. I could open a dragon store. My Murloc Onesie and Deathstrike hoodie are my Christmas PJs this year. I may end up wearing my Murloc Onesie for parts of Christmas. It's really cold around here. It's been getting below freezing at night and for like good chunks of the day. It hasn't snowed. It always seems to warm up right before it rains. But it's been really chilly, and the one thing I will say about like the Murloc onesie or Kigurumis in general, you're basically in a giant fleece bag, and it's the most insulating thing ever. I've never in my life been cold while wearing one of those, which is remarkable because I'm quite frequently cold at other times. Like most of the time. I'm kind of a lizard. It takes a lot to warm me up. I hate the homogenization of specs and classes over the years. I like the game better when specs have stuff they rock at and specs have stuff they suck at. I agree with that. I do agree with that. You don't need to top charts on cleave fights, but you should be able to be on the charts. Yeah, exactly. I'm not even worried about it for raids, really. In a raid situation, typically there's something that I can put a Shower of Pain on and then Mind Flay, and that will proc our passive Mind Seer, which does some cleave. It's awful, but whatever, it's fine. We still have fights that we do well on. It's just whenever it's like just a bunch of ads. Imps, basically, imps. With all the void stuff and tentacles, you'd think Shadow Priest could create some AoE void field or some kind of field of tentacles. I feel like that would... Oh, I was supposed to talk to this guy. Whoops, daisies. I can't complain about RP being too long when I don't start it. I think that would look very... Plants vs. Zombies. It would be a very kind of like tentacly, like a viney kind of look if there was like a bunch of them. My friend just have an intense laughing fit over nothing. I love my best friend. That's awesome to have friends like that. Thank you so much for the console command. It helped like a lot. Excellent. Still running Firelands for the Grand Firebird mount, and I already got the mount from Ragnaros twice. Yeah. I think the best thing to do if you're really worried about it is to bring somebody that you can trust into the group that does not have the mount that you already have, so that if it drops, somebody can have it. But then you have to trust that they're not going to take the mount that you want should that one drop. And then you also have to like get somebody else on, and I'm really lazy. Have you used raid safes to just skip all your alts to Deathwing? No, I've never done that. I'm also kind of lazy about that. I probably should. I should probably just have a save that I use so that I don't have to do all of this. I really need to look up and see what the appropriate way to do that is, because I remember it's something to do with like logging off while having an active group finder group that's auto accept or something. I don't know. It's not something I'm good at. Not from America. I don't know such a name exists. It's technically a color, but there's lots of names that are kind of things like that, like colors or months or other generally vague descriptive words. It's not a super common name, but it is a name. Tab targeting never works for me. Do you have it properly keybound? Is the first thing I would check. And then you just kind of have to look at the thing that you're trying to tab target to, and then you have to pray. Those are your 3 steps. If it's still not working for you after that, then you're just doomed. But I find that, you know, all 3 of those together seem to do it for me. I used to be kind of rough performing in fights, cleave fights like Coven or Fellhounds or other fights like that where you have multiple spread out bosses for the duration of the fight, because whenever I was multi-dotting, I would actually click target between the different bosses, and that got kind of frantic, especially when there's a lot of stuff going on. And being able to tab target correctly has helped my performance out quite a bit. And it's just a matter of spinning your camera to look at the other person and then tabbing to them. Of course, if there's ads, that's all gonna go to heck, but anyone gonna boost an alt for the next X-Pack? I'm really considering my balance druid. I mean, you get a free boost when you pre-order the expansion, so probably gonna boost something. Don't know what I'm gonna boost. I'm probably not gonna really play it. It's been really warm here in Colorado, no snow yet. I'm actually kind of glad that we haven't seen much, or really any snow yet, just because I walk every day with my dog, kind of rain or shine, and whenever it gets really icy, it's just kind of dangerous. Traffic gets a little bit sketchy to walk adjacent to, and then I fall over on perfectly solid dry land, so I really don't need extra obstacles. I was thinking of a Death and Decay type thing for Shadow Priest, the ability to throw out one of those black holes onto the ground and kill stuff. There's precedent for an ability like that. If you remember, it's a Wrath of the Lich King dungeon near the troll area. I want to say it's Zoldrak. There's the first hallway in Zoldrak, there's ads that put out those big, like, shadow smoky things. Of course, the graphic would need some help because it's pretty bad. But there's precedent for an ability like that. I don't really need another button like that. Like, Shadow Crash works fine for that. I just want Old Mindseer back is basically what's up. I don't need it to be good. I just want Old Mindseer back. For the 17, I got a really good piece, and now I'm 943 because I also got the 1000 legendary upgrade for my first time, just trying to get back into the game. Those legendary upgrade tokens will start kind of raining on you faster than you can use them. It seems like it's a really rough grind to get the first couple, but then they just kind of happen. You don't really know what to do with them. I haven't gotten a piece that I can really wear for my cache for so long that I don't really want to do mythics anymore. It's always a big thing to like try and find a group, and sometimes my friends help me out, and last time it was like 70 minutes of upper Kara. And I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem worth it. I can't wear most of this stuff because 6 of my gear slots are taken up with tier, and then another 2 of them are taken up with legendaries. And at the end of the day, like, what can you even put on? I'm walking around with just stuff that's a big item level upgrade, but, you know, it's a tier slot, so sorry. Can't do. If they give us another free boost this time with the X-Pack, I think I'm going to hold on to it this time. I gotta see how the leveling revamp is going to feel. I'm hopeful it'll make the grind super satisfying. I don't really have huge hopes for the leveling grind being all that different. I think it's going to be a little bit more relaxed because you can just kind of level wherever you want and stay there mostly as long as you want. Not 100% as long as you want, but, you know, for the most part, if you're enjoying a zone, you can finish it. So I think it'll be kind of fun that way, but I don't think it's really going to be, like, revolutionary. I think it's just going to be kind of a smaller upgrade. I do think sitting on the boost might be a good idea. I don't have anything I need to boost, so having it available just in case something happens or I need, like, another druid or something. I used my last boost on a druid. I had 4 active druids in the End of Warlords. I had my Horde druid, I had my main druid, I had my high-rated alt druid, and then I had my drunk druid for playing only when inebriated. Hazelbro is my drunk druid. He was a male night elf, and I had so much fun queuing on him. It's really snowy here, and ice-cold wind. Oh, I'm behind. Oh, no, I can catch up. You have one character that cleared up to the boss with the mount. Make a custom group and relog to go into that group. Yeah, I guess it's not that hard. I guess I'm making it out in my head to be harder than it actually is. Hazel just finally got flying and leech. Congrats, Connor. Nice. That is going to be so, so satisfying for you. How do you rate save? I hate Spine of Deathwing. It's evil. It's just long. It's just kind of... Oh, I got a Mog that I needed, so... Morning Star. This thing, yeah. Deathwing on a stick. Okay, so that's that one. They're gonna chit-chat, and there's gonna be a boat. Get on the boat and do those ones. But you can't kill the boss. You kill up to it, and you don't kill it, right? Can you extend that raid lockout week to week to week so that you don't have to really do it again ever, or do you have to redo it every week? I'm gonna use the revamp to really get my pet battle collection achievements done, as well as my friend's lore master. This will be a great time for it. Hi, I'm new here. You talk fast. I like it. I appreciate that, Thomas. A lot of people come in here and they go, "You talk fast. Stop." I do try and slow down whenever I'm explaining something important, but if I'm just speaking casually and in a relaxed manner, then I'm gonna go at whatever pace is comfortable for me. Do you have the mount from Slabhide? Slabhide. That's, I think I do. That's Stonecore, right? Yeah. I do have that one. I actually had so much fun farming that mount. I farmed it for a while. I think it was one of those ones that was a very stubborn drop for me. But I was in I had a bunch of characters, and they were all set up outside the instance. And I would just every day spend an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening running it on all of those characters. And no, was it a bunch of characters? Because that was a dungeon. Maybe it was just one. I know I spent an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, and I really enjoyed that because I was kind of looking at it as both a mount grind and a gold grind, because Stonecore drops Ember Silk, which people will buy and use to make bags. Not quite as much anymore, but they did back then. This was in, I think I did that in MOP. And then also the green gear, even when you just vendored it, like the vendor prices for all that was pretty good. I think I made about 100k, 80 to 100k in the entire time I was farming it, which was a lot of gold back in MOP, for me anyways. So I really enjoyed that. And then when it finally dropped, I was like, dang, I got my thing. Woohoo! Plus, I really like the colors of that one. What does your husband do for a living that has a holiday party? I'm going to skip right past that one just because I don't think it's in my best interest to talk too much about it. I might just boost an extra rogue for weekly pickpocket. True. Where do you buy your tea? Ooh. I buy my tea from a couple of different places depending on what kind of tea I'm looking for. If I want a tea like this, so like a pu'er tea, if I want a really authentic, unflavored Chinese tea, which is like my blacks and my greens and my pu'ers, I will get those from yunnansourcing.com. YUNNANSOURCING.com. They have so much tea. Their shipping is going to be kind of expensive because it comes from China, and then it takes a long time because it comes from China. But I have never bought a tea from them I did not enjoy. If I am buying a flavored tea, just like a more casual tea, I want just like a holiday blend, or I want something kind of fruity. If I want like a black tea to drink with some milk, flavored and kind of casual teas, I will buy from both Harney and Sons, which you can find at which you can find at harney.com, and I will also buy those online from Stash, which I think is stashtea.com. I'm not 100% sure. None of these places have sponsored me. I would love to have a tea sponsorship, but nobody's asked me yet. So this is just where I buy my tea. And those three places kind of make up most of it. I haven't bought in a lot of tea recently because I'm kind of full. My cupboards are kind of full. You got all of your alts level capped, so you guess you'll sit in your boost until 9.0 or whenever we get a new class. That's a good idea. Assuming that they don't do like another hero class, like Demon Hunters. You could, of course, if you wanted to have a new alt that was an allied race, but you weren't too concerned about... If you wanted an allied race character and you weren't too concerned about the heritage armor, and you didn't have a character that you really wanted to race change, you could boost a brand new, like a Void Elf or Zandalar Troll or what have you. Mythic Cash isn't worth anymore, although my friend got a 940 Eye of Command from his cache a few weeks ago, so, you know, roll the dice, yeah. It's definitely worth it even for just the artifact power, but It's just so disheartening to do it week after week after week. And it's not even that you're not getting something you can use. It's that you get this item and it has amazing stats and it's like 35 item levels up. And you're like, I can't put this on. It's just insulting. It feels so bad. Okay. I need some of this. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. I'm not going very quickly. Speaking of Void, the fact that Void Elves start with a Void Warp Stalker kind of makes me want to level a Void Elf Hunter. Happy that so far it seems like the rep requirements for allied races are account-wide. Yes. I'm actually really pleased that the requirements for Void Elves I already have. They published them, or they got data mined or something. They were up on Wowhead somewhere. You were able to see what you needed to do ahead of time in order to get Void Elves. Hey Hazel, did your guild take down Heroic Coven? No. We tried for 2 hours, we did not kill it. Can't win them all. Boost a character that can autocomplete a world quest for gold reasons. I do that actually. I'm trying to work on the Free For All More For Me achievement, which has you do the PvP world quests. The ones that give 500 honor, you do each one of them 20 times. No, not Blackrook Rumble. Dark Brawl Arena. I hate doing that one because, not because it's hard to do, but because I hate flying in the mountain. I hate having to go into that cave, and it also pops up at really awkward times for me that I'm often not playing. So what I do is whenever that one pops up and I actually remember, I log onto my new Death Knight, and I do it on him. And he's got like 3 of them done, but I have the rest of the achievements done. I'll get a mount as soon as I finish that. I just need to... I know it's on a standard static rotation, and I think I know what the rotation is. I just need to set myself a reminder for what time to log on. What am I doing? Oh, I've been killing bloods on top of this. Whoops daisies. I guess it's fine. I just need to walk the dude over here. Big change. I'm tired of having to move zones mid-quest line. I agree with that. My guild spent 3 hours on that. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard and it's frustrating because you can have, and I talked about this a little bit in the vlog, but you can have a beautiful pull and then you can just get really, really unlucky with a really difficult combination of abilities. I don't think it's unwinnable with a difficult combination of abilities, but I think that it's very difficult to prepare for, especially if, like the example I gave that happened to us last night was, so the Norganon marching dudes were happening. So all of us were kind of stacked up going through this one hole on the side. And then the Storm of Darkness spawned, and all of the safe squares were on the opposite side of the room. And at the very same time, a bunch of fulminating pulses went out on all of the people that were all stacked up. And there was just no recovering. Like, that was just not about to happen. It was just not working. It was not going to work. Okay, so we go for a walk over here, and then you pick up... Okay, nothing. Darn it, I might need a new dude. I'm gonna kill the dude actually first, and then get a new one. Oh, whoops. I did that wrong. My bad. I forgot to kill the oozes before the dude came over. I need to pay more attention when I do that. I want to catch up in chat. I'm gonna catch up in chat, and then I'm gonna start this. Okay. I'm gonna kind of skim a little bit. Just found your videos for the Talius and Evitel recap. I really love your channel. I just wanted to tell you that and have a great day. Thank you, Raphael. It's very nice of you to say. What wireless headphones do you use? These are Bose. I don't know if I would recommend them. They're good, and I love them, and I use them, but they do occasionally have problems where they're cutting out. And also the in-ear commands are kind of annoying. I'm also new here. Hi, love your pet battle videos. Thank you, Fairyby. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by, or sticking by, or hanging out, or however long you plan on staying. I was going to take my laptop to play while I'm gone to avoid family drama, but now I have guild drama too. Oh no! You can't escape! Any tips for helping to speak faster? Why would you want to speak faster? I feel like most people are telling me to slow down. If it's a language that's not your native language and you're trying to speak faster, I think it would just be a matter of getting comfortable. If it is your native language and you just want to speak more quickly and clearly, I would say practice and caffeine. Although, you know. Hazel, I have a question about Canadian citizenship laws. I don't know much about that. I am a Canadian. I should know, but I don't. My sister's father's Canadian, so does she have full Canadian citizenship? If she was born in... Actually, maybe I do. If she was born in Canada, then yes. If she was not born in Canada, she may be able to apply. But that's its own issue. That's stickier. That's harder. That's not a guarantee. But if she was not born in Canada, then she does not automatically have citizenship. If she was born there, then she should. But that's all I know. And I may be wrong, so please do not take immigration or citizenship advice from me. Thinking of using the boost for a lock. Are you single? I am not. I'm much too lazy to farm gold and WoW, but then I complain that I'm too broke to even buy all the heirlooms. Sad life. Did you know you would be after Kakio in the rewind? It was nice to hear someone speak proper English. I didn't know. I'd actually never... I felt bad because I thought it was really funny and I went to check out his channel after that, but I'd actually never heard of Kakio before that. I'm kind of out of the loop about a lot of things, though. That's nothing on them. That's about me. Pets mounts on sale in the Blizzard store. I saw that. Sticking to ginger tea with some lemon slices. That's a favorite of mine if I'm feeling sick. Is after AP level 75 the grind for AP worth it? Not really. Just kind of let AP happen to you. I wouldn't go out of your way to find it. You should ask them, reach out to your marketing department, introduce yourself, give them some relevant viewership stats, explain that you love your product, would love to work with them. Yeah, that's a good idea. I feel like I don't want to let anybody down, which is why I don't approach people very much, both professionally and just in general. Like, I don't even like bothering my friends to play WoW with me because I have this mortal fear of A, bothering people, and secondly, letting them down in some capacity after bothering them. That just terrifies me. I have a really rough time with it. Shadow Priest or Master Race, all of the classes or races wish they could be Shadow Priest. Most races can be Shadow Priest. The only race that can't be a Shadow Priest is Orcs. I used to run side-to-side tactic on Spine. I usually do too, I just messed up. I'm trying to catch up in chat so I can... I came from Savix's stream. Yo, you're Victon, right? The Victon fan. What are the requirements for Void Elves? I don't 100% remember. I'm pretty sure. Argusian Reach Exalted. And something else. I know there was another thing. There's another thing for sure. You should play Just Dance on stream. It shows your wavy dance moves. My wavy dance moves. Oh, man. That'd be rough. Your cooking streams are awesome. Thanks, Levesk. You sound fine. You're not too fast at all. You sound normal to me. Thank you for all of your vids and hard work. I appreciate that, Chad. I think I'm also a bit of an acquired listening taste. I've had people that, when they first get to know me, have a hard time understanding what I'm saying, but after they've been friends for a while, it's one of those things that... and it's the same thing if you have a friend that has a strong accent. You get better at figuring out what they're trying to say. That sounded not quite the way I wanted to say it, but you know. Little white mini LEDs on the purple could make the void look pop. White mini LEDs on the purple. What are you talking about? Clearing Siege Worker or Mythic, and now I'm stuck in the boss box with two sides. I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I don't know how to fix it. Can you check my guild to see how they're doing? I'm gonna try and finish this up. I'm Victon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just because your name is on your Instagram, which I follow. I loved how Banshee, you were the good, the bad, the Banshee was wavy gang. Is that new slang? Is that what the kids are saying now? Wavy? What does wavy mean? But he's amazing. Keep it up. Thanks, Thomas. Argusian Reach and the You Are Now Prepared achievement. Thank you. The Argus campaign. That was it. Your Druid BG videos got me into resto healing PvP. Nice. Do you prefer to do, Peter, do you prefer to do arena, or are you more of like a battleground player? And also, I'm going to ignore you. Now that I've asked you a question, I'm going to ignore you guys until I'm done this, because I don't want to mess it up again. Which is going to be hard. Well, I guess I won't ignore you completely, because there's like a good 30 plus seconds where I just need to sit here and let that happen. So I'm going to drink tea and chat. If anyone can listen to Nobble's videos, they can hear Hazel just fine. I think Nobble's very clear. My lame Instagram, don't even worry about it. I like your pictures. Are you going to have a sick Christmas this year? I think so. I got a gift for my cat and for my dog, and I can't, like, I've never done that before. One year, if I eventually am just like rolling in dough for some reason, I want to get them a gift and then like their own stocking with like some treats or like little toys. I think that would be cute. But one day. Voices are huge for me with streamers and vloggers. If I don't like your voice, I won't watch your vid. It's shallow, but it's my ears that are hurting, not your views. I think that's perfectly valid. If you're going to be listening to somebody, it's valid to want to enjoy their voice. And voices are definitely not for everybody. Not everybody. I think personalities are the same way. Whenever, like, if somebody online ever calls you annoying, I mean, obviously if you're being really obnoxious or rude, that's one thing. But generally speaking, like an online personality, hang on, I'm going to do a step. 1, 2, 3, no, we can wait. An online personality can be, there's like a spectrum between bright and energetic and bland. And within that bright and energetic kind of space, there are all sorts of different things that you could be, and every single type of person is valid. Just because somebody doesn't like you doesn't mean that the way that you are is wrong. It just means it's not for them, and that's totally fine. And if you are a bright, energetic person, if you have a lot of, like, personality going on, if you have, like, a big personality, there are going to be people that really like you, and there's going to be people that kind of find you annoying. And that's completely fine. Like, people will remember you either way, and you don't need everybody to like you. And that's the great thing about the internet, is if somebody comes in and tries to watch me and they think that I suck, that's fine. I'm not mad. I don't need people to watch me. There's so many people that you can watch that you can pick and choose and watch the ones that you enjoy. And if there's something you don't like, you can just move on. So I would say I've completely forgotten how I started talking about this, but there's, like, if somebody ever calls you annoying, it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with you. If they say that you're being rude or you're being inconsiderate, then you should probably take a look at that. But if somebody just doesn't like your personality or your style, that's really not their problem. It's not really your problem either. It's a normal thing that happens to everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna kill these dudes. And then I'm gonna get a dude. Yeah. Come on now. We're going for a walk. And I'm gonna remember to we're gonna keep scooching, so we go back and forth. Yeah, there we go. 9 stacks. I'm gonna make sure this is on the front side of the dragon and not the back side of the dragon, because we're not trying to blow up his butt. Keep moving. I swear I know how to do this. I'm actually kind of embarrassed that I messed it up. And rinse and repeat. Find a safe spot. Park. Good. Have you ever tried hibiscus tea? And if so, is there a brand that you can recommend? I don't think I've tried it, so I can't recommend a brand. A lot of people love Nobel's voice and how different it sounds, but it's a Dutch person. It irritates me, so I can't watch his videos. Sometimes I can't understand you, but the longer I follow you, the more I get used to you. So in 10 years' time, we will be good. Only because I melt. Oh, Battlegrounds because I melt when I get focused in Arena. Getting focused in Arena is terrifying. Probably have to be Alliance to unlock Void Elves. You don't have to be Alliance to unlock them, I would imagine. I think you can do those requirements on a Horde character and then create a Void Elf later. Wavy is like being the flyest person in the room. To walk in a room and a rapper says, "Damn, baby, you got hella weave. You looking wavy in that dress." I can't. Oh, that's funny. Do you walk into a lot of rooms that contain rappers? That's what I want to know. Ever look for tech advice and find a vid by a shrill-voiced preteen boy that talks nonsense for 10 minutes before the thing you searched for? Oh, man. Not tech advice exactly, but software advice. I've gotten a lot of that. I was, when I first started playing with animation software, which I haven't done a lot of lately, but I started trying to learn how to animate a little bit. And a lot of the tutorials were, they were like that. They took a very long time to get to the point, and they were obviously somebody's earlier videos, which is, it's cute. I did eventually find out when I needed to know. And I try very hard not to ever judge anybody for something like that, because you can scroll right back on my channel. I have not hidden any of my early videos, I don't think. There's some real cringy stuff in there. It's just kind of, it's better to do something and do a really cringy, awful job at it than to never try. I would rather have cringy videos on the internet than to have never started making videos on the internet at all. If you try to appease everyone, you breed I don't know. I know the word ambivalence. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Just to use, some will love you, some will hate you better than meh. That is exactly what I was trying to say in like 300 less words. So, bravo. The Xantora's guides were so helpful. Please do more. I am planning on doing them for future raids, assuming that I can get into testing. They're good for me, because then when the raid actually starts, I know what I'm doing. Because normally I'm kind of unprepared when new tiers come out, and I tend to cause problems. Life lessons from Hazel are the best. Always rely on Senpai Hazel. Spine of Deathwing is the reason why I use the custom group for mount farming. Yeah. Starting to think that maybe I shouldn't kill Deathwing so that I can have this lockout for other characters. But maybe not this week. I like your personality and your style. I want to see your super dank dance moves. You don't want to see my super dank dance moves. I'm so uncoordinated. Wavy would be quite literate because their parts would be waving out of sync with each other. Allied races better come out with 735. I have strong hopes. I want them really badly too. Especially once I get like my whole Void Elf thing going on. Ugh. I'm so excited to do my hair tomorrow, guys. I am so excited. If any of you have missed me going on about this forever, I am planning on dyeing all of my hair purple. I have a little clip in the vlog where I show you the test strand. It's like on the back of my head, but it's probably won't turn around right now. But I'm going real Void Elf purple with my hair tomorrow. I'm gonna spend the whole day on it. I'm gonna make a big video, and I'm so excited that I can't even. I've been obsessed. Like, it's been a productivity issue where I actually will just like be really late to start making dinner or something because I can't stop watching like YouTube videos of people dyeing their hair and looking up articles of things that I should do or not do or be aware of or be careful about or whatever. I've so over-researched this that it's a bit insane. I have like so many different little tiny supply things that I might need ready. I'm so excited though. Also, this hair dye smells aggressively. It smells aggressively like grape candy. It's kind of nice. Although I think it might be a lot when I have it like all over my head. You need to do the quest afterwards on an alliance character. Yes, that makes sense. Hi Hazel. Hi Jonathan. How are you doing? If allied races don't come out with 735, there will be no point to try the new leveling system. True, yeah. And I'm mostly just Alright, I'm gonna do the Deathwing. Well, I'll save the lockout one day, but not today. I'll be really annoyed if, and I've said this before, I'll be really annoyed if they don't, because the alternative is that they drop allied races in Battle for Azeroth, and you have to level from 20 on the same day that everybody else is rushing ahead to level from level 110. It's just, I don't think they'll do that. Stream should be called Life Lessons with Hazel. Can't please them all. Allied races will likely be up for pre-orders at BFA. I absolutely agree with that. It's not a guarantee, but it's very, very likely. Trying to get the Winter Spring Saber Mount. I'm on day 8. Does it get better, or is it this awful the whole time? It does not get better, but it'll be over one day, and then you'll be done. That's all I can say about that. It's one of those things, you just kind of do it, and then eventually you won't even remember the process of having done it, but you'll still have that mount, so just stick with it. Suffer through it, I believe. It's clear that they intend for 735 to be when we get allied races, probably not at the start. Yeah, I don't think that's, like, I feel like it's perfectly possible for them to drop the patch and have allied races not activated, but they have the ability to turn things on later. Like, when they release a raid, they don't necessarily need to patch the game. They just kind of, like, flip a switch and everything changes. So they're going to have, I think, the files and the models and the quests and everything for allied races in the 735 patch data. It won't necessarily be available right away, but whenever they do release the pre-order for Battle for Azeroth, that's when it's going to be doable, in my prediction. It's not a guarantee, it's just what I think is going to happen, based on what's happened before. Are you going to get Heritage Armor, just race change? Which class would you go for the sub-race? I am planning on re-rolling this priest. Well, making a new priest and then playing it instead of this priest so that I can get the Heritage Armor. I do really want the Heritage Armor, and I just want to try the new leveling system, and that's as good an excuse as any to level from scratch again. Okay, everybody cross your fingers. Let me click on it. Let me click. Bummer. What about a light forged male Draenei, your favorite? Their voices were something else. Purple, my favorite color. I thought about doing green hair, but we actually voted on stream, and no, very few people wanted to see the green hair. You guys are just trying to stop me from playing my Rusted Druid in PvP. What was the worst part of getting flying in Legion? Let me try and remember what was actually involved. I think it was one of the earlier ones. I think, in my opinion, the worst part was... Where's the first part? The one where you had to do all the Suramar questing. That took forever. All the Suramars. I was so mad, because when the expansion came out, I was convinced that I would not have to do Suramar content. I was told it was optional endgame single-player questing content for people that want more story. And I was like, well, that's cool. That's great for people that want to do that. I don't. I only want to do raiding and, at that time, arena. So I didn't do it. And I continued to not do it, and I continued to not do it, and they continued to say it was optional. Or maybe I just imagined that. Maybe they never actually said that. But eventually, you know, Pathfinder and then some other stuff came around, and it was like, no, you do have to do Suramar, you gotta do all of it, and then I had to start it like really late, and I was just really frustrated. I want to do a Void Elf. I want Dark Iron so I can be a dwarf and digging a hole. Diggy hole. That's been so while since I've heard that. Do you know who Woe Vicky is? If not, Google it immediately. Your life will be changed forever. I've never heard of that. Lines is too good to give up. Okay, I need to AFK for like a minute, so I'll be right back, and then we'll do Vault of Archivon if it's up, and then ICC for Invincible. So, there you go. Thanks for waiting. I'm back. All right. Dalaran time. So let's go Dalaran and then Dalaran. Do we have to go Dalaran and then... we'll figure it out. Hi, Hazel. Greetings from Croatia. Hello, Mario. Good, Sir Martin. Yeah, that was rough. I won't be re-rolling because sub-races can't play DK. Oh, true. I can't believe Nightborn require Exalted to unlock them as a race. They take a lot more work than others. Yeah... I don't know if they take that much more work than, like, Exalted with Argosian Reach. It's the easiest to unlock. Suramar questline brings you to Revered. Yeah, you do get a lot of rep from doing the questline. It's not like you have to farm world quests for a while for Argosian Reach. Finished all the Suramar quests, and I was pumped to finally get my Mana Saber mount, and then as I was about to get it, I didn't have enough rep, and then I cried, I eventually got the rep, and now I don't even want to ride the stupid mount. I had very similar feelings during much of the Suramar campaign, which is a shame because I think it really prevented me from fully enjoying how cool the Suramar story and characters and setting was, because I just didn't want to be there. I didn't want to do it. I was only doing it because I had to. Kirin Tor Emissary is very helpful in getting to Exalted too. I really like doing that one for trying to fill in the gaps with my Exalted Plus chests. I am now 17 done in Valarhar, and I am 16 done in Ferondis with no mount, but I think those ones might actually take a while at this point. Waves from across the bridge in Vancouver, Washington. Love your channel. Keep up the amazing content, Hazel. Thank you, Stoned Monkey Productions. You have a hilarious name. Thank you very much for the 5. Finally catch a stream. Love your vids, Hazel. Thanks, real positive swag. Argosian Reach may be the worst. It's better now that we have access to... I mean, once you've done enough of... Argus to get all the world quests. I think I'm gonna go here. And then Wormrest Temple. I think I prefer this to doing the Shrine route. No to Blood Elf Druids. We have enough Blood Elves in the game. I mean, if you consider a Void Elf a Blood Elf, we're about to have twice as many Blood Elves in the game. All the Blood Elf players that want to be Alliance. I'm like, man, you can be a Blood Elf, just purpler. Get ready. Wormrest. Here we go. So I should be able to tell if my faction has the Wintergrass buff, which should let me run Vault of Archivon, right? I'd still need the Grand Black War Mammoth. I just finished with Light Knight's Christmas shopping. Nice. That's cutting a little close there, Norma. Cutting a little tiny bit close. Okay, so I don't see a buff. So I'm assuming we don't have Wintergrasp. I'm from Portland. I'm not too far from Portland myself, Chad. Not even revered with Argosian yet. Kept up with the Suramar quest as it came out. It was cool, but I'm a sucker for story. I wish I had done it as it came out. I feel like that would have made it more tolerable to do, rather than trying to marathon it all at once. Love meeting people from our area here in the Pacific Northwest. It's my favorite place to live. I'm going to be kind of sad if I ever have to leave. I've talked about this before. I could maybe do California, although from where I'm sitting, it kind of looks like you guys either have no water or you're on fire. And most of the time, it doesn't seem like a very stable place to live. I'm sure that most of California is perfectly safe, and it's just the news that makes it seem like that. But all I'm saying is, in my time in both British Columbia and Oregon, I have never once been on fire. Although there have been forest fires here, but I personally have never been on fire. Hey Hazel, what's the mod that gives you the count of times you have opened rep containers? Matron, also, hi. Exalted Plus. Exalted Plus is the name of that one. And it's really nice because it not only does it show you the counter, but it will show you the progress bar of your rep. That one right there. There's been drama on my realm because some popular Blood Elf RPers are going Alliance for BFA. Oh, I should not be flying into Wintergrass. Whoops daisies. So the next one is in 20 minutes. So maybe by the time that we're done with ICC, it'll be up. And maybe we'll get it. Maybe I should try and help so I can try for the War Mammoth. With the addition of Nightborn, we now have 2 races who are pretty much recovering addicts. Yeah, true, actually. Pretty true. I mean, I imagine that's kind of one of the thematic reasons why they've added Nightborn to the Horde, is that they have a lot in common with Blood Elves. Well, they have that one thing in common with Blood Elves, and they're both elves. So, you know. My area's never on fire either, but it manages to capture everyone else's smoke. True. Are you hungry? No, I'm not hungry. I had a pretty good lunch. So it's kind of like this comfort food that I used to make for myself after school in high school. And sometimes when I'm just eating by myself, I'll do this. It's basically pasta with cream of mushroom soup. And when I was a kid, after school in high school, I would just do that. It would just be cream mushroom soup on pasta. That was the whole thing. I would usually do it with macaroni, and that was like my high school comfort food. As an adult, I've realized that I need vegetables to live, so it's now enriched vegetable pasta, and then I actually put frozen veggies in, and I just boil them with the pasta so that it's really easy to mix everything in. And then I also add some cheese to it for some extra protein, and also because it's delicious. And that was pretty good. Good amount of carbs. Merci. Mon ami. Merci beaucoup. Hazel is 5-star chef. Hazel, you should move to England and apply for the Great British Bake Off. Man, I think my accent would stick out. Okay, so this needs to be heroic 25-man. Heroic 25-man. And there is no transmog that I need from here because I've done this so many times. Alright. We did it. Good. Also, my food buff is somehow gone, so I need to get that back. No fires in Maine, just endless snow. Also, cost of living in California seems kind of high. We killed Kingaroth? Congrats, Brancha. Nice. Are you guys trying to go, like, all the way? Tyrande was rude to the Nightborn. Night Elves are just kind of rude. It's kind of, their snootiness is kind of part of elven culture, I feel. I was scared the first time I over-repped a chest, and then the rep just added over towards the next. I'm really glad that it works like that. Sometimes I forget, and then I get kind of freaked out. Would have liked to see the Nightborn go the neutral road. I'm going to be really interested to see if they ever add another neutral race like Pandaren. I don't know if they would, but I don't see why they wouldn't. Like, they've already set a precedent for that now. They used to be all like, oh no, we want you to be able to tell what faction your opponent is by their silhouette in PvP, and then they added pandas, and that went out the window. So, I'd be interested to see if they ever do that again. Nightborn should have been neutral, would make more sense. Salted. I'm farming for the mount. Sarmar stories about the good old heroes of Azeroth providing some addicts with a permafix. But we're the good guys. Yeah, that's true. 100% true. At least it's a new, type of story, you know? It's a twist of how no one plays Pandaren. There are at least 5 people that play Pandaren. I'm not one of them, but there are at least 5. I love a lot about the Pandaren. I love their animations. I love their hairstyles. I love their expansion. It's just, something about it is just hard for me to get into. Which is weird because I play a gnome, which a lot of people find hard to play and get into. But I can totally relate to this for some reason. I don't know why. Where do you think they're going with Jaina in Battle for Azeroth anyways? I don't know. I'm actually really interested in that. I think either maybe they make her do something irredeemable and they turn her into a boss. Or maybe they make her do something bad and then they redeem her and then, you know, she just goes around again. Hazel, do you like food? I do like food. I'm not obsessive about food. I only really get really excited about food if I've missed like a couple meals and I'm just starving. And at that point in my life, I'm usually really excited for a Subway sandwich. Is like my go-to meal if I've just like forgotten to eat and I'm starving. But for the most part, food is something that it's kind of frustrating because I have to make it and then I have to clean up and then I have to eat and then you have to pick the right things so that you don't feel awful later. And it's just a lot of fuss, you know. Bondage, Jaina. Mounts have been farming since I was 10. I'm 18. Ashes of Alar. I don't farm much. Man. It's crazy to think of people... Like, you know, you're right. You are 18, so you would have been born, like, what, 2000-ish? And if you're playing WoW for all that time... That actually scared me a little bit in-game there, just because I have a fear of elevators now after Antorus. But yeah, that's a long time. That's most of your life. That's like half of your life, and you still don't have it. I don't farm much. It's fair. Volpera and Tortolan need to be neutral races. I don't know if they would add any more cute, super non-humanoid races after the poor adoption rate of Pandaren. I think they might be a little bit skittish about that now. I'm hungry 24/7. I want a donut. I love donuts, but I have to be in a really specific mood to want to eat one. The massive amount of sugar of it tends to just give me anxiety. Pardon me, I just read your comment and I swore I didn't mean to. Whoops daisies. Blood Elves provided a lot more help and sympathized, while Tyrande, a leader of the Alliance... Yeah. I am so sorry, guys, especially if you have heroes or speakers on. I try really hard not to do that. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. I was just kind of reading. I'm Pandaren, and I love him dearly. I'm Pandaren Rogue, but I should have made it a female. I love gnomes. Are you into any other circles of gaming? D&D, maybe CCGs? Not really lately. When I was younger, I played. I had a Pathfinder group. I played Pathfinder with some friends. Not really lately though. I don't have a whole lot of extra time, and also I'm pretty hermity. I'm pretty much a hermit out here. I don't really go out much. I don't really have any local friends really. I kind of left all my real life friends behind when I moved away from Canada, and I haven't really made any new ones. Thanks for the idea as to what to eat tonight. Will you play WoW Classic? Probably not. I like cooking, love eating, hate cleaning. I actually don't mind cleaning when I'm in the mood for it, but that doesn't always line up with when I actually need to clean things. Demonetized? Basically. If this VoD gets demonetized, I won't appeal it. I will accept my fate. I've never heard you. I try really hard not to on stream and in videos. In real life, I do actually swear like a sailor. And I don't feel especially guilty about it. I just try to keep the stream and the videos clean. Where was Anduin to make sure the Night Elves didn't mess up chances with the other races? Do you play Horde at all or just Alliance? Mostly just Alliance these days. I have Horde characters. I played Horde up until Miss of Pandaria, but ever since late MoP, I've switched over and I've been pretty happy here. Seems like a lot of people I meet in game have Invincible already, but all the streamers that I watch don't. I can't really complain about not having it just because I don't farm it. I only ever run this when I'm on stream and you guys have voted to do mount runs. It's the only time it really ever happens. Hazel, I'll be your boyfriend. That's very sweet, Jeremy, but I'm married already. Can you bleep yourself before you upload the VoD? The problem is that when I put the stream VoDs up, they don't really, like, YouTube is auto-saving this. It's just a matter of me making it public. Like, YouTube auto-processes it on their end. It's not something that I actually edit here. I might be able to find, and actually I'm going to write down the time-ish. So I can try and find it later. I may be able to cut it out. Like, clip the whole section out where I say that. I can try and do that when I'm editing it. But it's going to take some time for that to go through. Or what I could do is I could just download the whole VoD, edit it, and then re-upload it. I just don't like doing that because it's like 2 hours long and it's a lot of processing time for my computer. It just ties up my computer for like an hour. And then I have to upload to that, and that ties up my internet for like an hour. So I try and avoid downloading the VoD whenever I can. Norma is the best mom ever. We'll be your friends, Hazel. I get why Tyrande felt the way she did about the Nightborn, since they did not aid the Kaldori in the past, but should have thought about making a better first impression. Handed them over on a silver plate. We get Void Elves. I'm not mad. Hazel said, I swear, I'm sorry. Edwin and Jaina have a baby boy and call him Shrek. He then grows up to be the savior of all worlds. Shrek. Why? Do they somehow have an orc? Because that would be funny. Where's your fluffy kitten? Kitten doesn't want to hang out in here today. She was... I brought her in so that she would know that there was a cool place to be in here, but she decided not to stay. Demonetization insurance. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Mare? Or is it Myri? I don't know how to pronounce it, but thank you very much for the 5 demonetization insurance. Yeah, basically. Oh, man. I have a gnome, but I think she's really moody and small. When they did the new character models, the faces of gnomes became very... They used to be actually worse. They used to be a little darker than that, but they definitely got a little moodier. Sweary Hazel is funny, Hazel. To be fair, I lost all my luck getting invincible. Now I can't get anything good. They had to give Nightborn to the Horde since we're getting the most played race in the game. Blood Elves. I think Blood Elves are... The reason why they have so much representation is just because they're kind of in a unique position in the Horde of being a very classically pretty fantasy race. I think they're going to be less high of a piece of the pie chart once they get Nightborn, because then Horde players will have 2 choices. If they want to be like a classically beautiful fantasy race, whereas an Alliance, you can be a Night Elf, or you could be a Draenei, or you could be a human. Mostly just Night Elves or Draenei if you're looking for like the really fantasied out, super pretty races. I think Horde just would, like, people that want to play Horde because they're friends, or because they like something about the Horde, but they also want to be pretty. We love you and your dirty mouth. I hate how much processing videos to set up for upload takes from the computer. I learned last night it's video export or WoW, not both. Yeah. Yeah. I can do, with this computer, I can do a video export, not in WoW. I can maybe watch a stream, but for the most part, I just kind of let my computer live its life and I go do something else for a while. There are, if you can get, like, if you get a computer, or you build a computer, which is what I want to do next year, that has one of these newfangled, like a Ryzen processor or like an i9, like something with like 8-10 cores and a really good clock speed, you can at that point handle rendering as well as doing other things like that. But that kind of multitasking is not, I'm not set up for it. I would love to be able to upgrade everything to the point where I can record WoW in 4K, but not a big hurry. It's not like WoW's going to look especially amazing in 4K anyways. How many times have you run ICC for Invincible? About 100 here. Haven't got it. I don't actually know. Definitely not 100. It's not something I do regularly. I don't know. Is there a statistic somewhere in here? I know there's like a bunch of random things. Dungeons and raids. Oh yeah, I can see it here. Okay. Let's find it. Where is it? Where's the Lich King? Did I scroll past him? Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's Lich King Escapes. Is it in a different area? Wait. Lich King, victories over the Lich King. 5. Oh, that's just this character though. I've definitely done it on more characters than just this one. Oh no, Heroic 25. Okay, so 5 on... Oh no, Heroic 25. Okay, 15, pardon me, 15. That was really funny if I'd only done it 5 times. Why hasn't Invincible dropped yet, guys? Oh man, have you tried Lucas Tea from Squamish, BC? I have not. I have not. What classes and roles do you play in main? I play a Shadow Priest in PvE. If I'm raiding or doing dungeons or anything like that, I will be playing my Shadow Priest. And then if I am doing PvP or arena, specifically, I will be playing my Resto Druid. And I pretty much stick to those. Why don't you have a link in your description to find your stream on gaming YouTube? Because does it make a difference? It's the same thing, isn't it? I don't know what's different about the gaming YouTube interface. Also, I think I forgot to click on the Valve. Oops. On the other side. The design feels much better than ordinary YouTube. It's probably true. I think one of them has night mode. But yeah, if any of you ever want to try watching the stream from gaming YouTube, it's just gaming.youtube.com/Hazelnuttygames. slash live? You might not even need the slash live. Hey, how did you grow so fast? You mean like my height? I drank a lot of milk. If you're talking about my channel, it's been 4 years and over 1,000 videos. So I don't know if fast is the right word. I think I'm actually quite slow for the time spent, mostly because I haven't been consistent this entire time. I would say that if you want to grow a YouTube channel or anything like that, or a live stream, then being consistent is the #1 most important thing. When did you start playing WoW? I started playing WoW at the end of Wrath of the Lich King during the ICC patch. I should go back there to farm for Precious's ribbon. Cool with me linking the WoW population website so people can see that. I think I have all links disabled, so I actually don't think you can. I believe it's realmpop.com if anybody wants to look and find it. 2 days ago, I got the Smoldering Egg of Nilgazor, dropped from Ragnaros. It took me 18 months of trying. Grats, Holy Giraffe. That's a long grind. That's a long one. I wish I had more cores on my current machine. I tend to have a lot of things open, and if I want to record stuff while using FaceRig, it can max out my processor. My processor basically cries whenever I'm streaming, because I have just a bunch of stuff running, and then again, same thing if I'm editing or rendering, which is why I do want to do another rig, but this one works well enough that I'm not in a huge hurry. I'm prepared to save money to do it when it makes financial sense to do it. And then when I do build a new computer, I can take this one and use it for baking streams so that I can have maybe another camera or 60 frames per second, you know, because right now they're running off of a laptop, which is 5 years old, and it is doing its best. It is an excellent laptop for a 5-year-old laptop. It was top of its line 5 years ago. Oh, 6 years ago now, 2012. 6 years ago. But yeah, it needs help. Gaming is like night mode, yeah. Stream on regular YouTube has a link. Watch on YouTube Gaming right on it anyway. I thought there was something like that. I feel like I remember that. Serious question. I built this big computer 2 months ago. It has a 1080, etc. I still don't use it because all of my add-ons over the years. What is the best way to get them all in the new computer? So there may be a way for you to actually copy your interface folder and move it over. That's probably the best thing to do, but I've never done that. I've always set things up from scratch because I'm lazy. I just take note of what add-ons I have, and then I download them over again in the Curse client. But I would do some Googling and see if it's possible for you to actually move your interface in your WTF folder, because those have your add-on settings. You may be able to port it over that way. But yeah, if you build it, you should use it. Don't forget the valve as you turn back. I always forget. I think I thought I'd forgotten, but it turns out I didn't. But yeah, no, I'm the same way. I almost never remember to do that. To answer your question, on US servers, it's Alliance 51.5%. Hazel, I got the Christmas Yeti today. Congrats, Glenn. What are you going to name it? I have not named mine yet. I was going to, and then I forgot. You would be a lit race in WoW? You're racial. Anytime you take fatal damage, you let out a roar of sweet words, forcing enemies to flee in terror. That would actually be a cool racial, actually. Like a cheat death with a fear attached to it. That'd be kind of neat. If Murlocs were playable, would they talk? I think they would talk in Murloc, but they would probably have to learn how to speak Common. Otherwise, it would be hard for lore reasons for them to coordinate. NVENC in OBS works good for WoW. I've never heard of that. I should look into that. WoW is mostly CPU bound. It gets CPU free for game. It uses GPU for stream rendering. Oh, interesting. WoW is kind of unique in being a CPU heavy game. I'm sure there are other ones, but most video games are going to rely more heavily on your GPU than your CPU, and WoW still does work much better with a more advanced GPU, but it's it does sit in the CPU a little heavier than most games. Interface, cache, and WTF are the 3 folders you want. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Loved your appearance in the World of Warcraft wrap-up. Your fluffy kitten was there, too. I was really happy that my cat decided to come over at that particular time, because when else am I going to have a chance to show, like, 50,000 new people my cat? Like, that's all I ever wanted for my life, was to find a good excuse to trick people into looking and seeing how cute my cat is. Cache, sort of, but not really, but if you want a perfect restore. Yeah. I feel like I've done it before when I always back up my interface in my WTF folders. I should do it again. It's been a while. But I do that because at least once in my life, I had some kind of weird issue where I lost all of my add-on data and I had to restore it from a backup. And at least once I didn't have one. I had to start everything over from scratch. And this isn't like ElvUI or anything. This is a custom UI. It's not super complicated, but it does have a couple of different parts, and things like my shadowed unit frames in particular have a lot set up the way I like it that it would be rough for me to do again. So backing those up is good. Are you gonna vlog your purple hair transformation? You know it. It's gonna be all of the details because I spent a long time watching other people's videos. Oh, I levitated late. Of them dyeing their hair. So I'm basically going to do the same thing with all of the info for anybody that's like thinking of dyeing their hair. Of, you know, what products I'm using, how long I'm using them for, how I'm applying them, just like the whole thing. I'm really excited. That should go up on Christmas on Monday. It's an encoder using NVIDIA cards. Okay, I have an NVIDIA card. Is there an add-on that allows you to decipher horde? I don't know. I was going to say I don't think so, but that doesn't mean it's not true. I've named my Globe Yeti Shaken. It's cute. Snowbrawl. I think there's a translator. I've never heard of one, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Your cat is adorable. Love cats. I love cats too. I love getting to meet other people's cats, especially if they're really friendly cats. But if they're not friendly cats, I also enjoy just looking at other people's cats. When I got this cat, this was my first cat, and I wanted a cat really badly before I got this cat. And I was like mentally preparing myself just in case I ended up with like a standoffish cat that just hates people. It's like, well, it'll be okay, you know. We'll keep her happy and healthy, and then it'll just be around, and then you can look at the cat and go, you know what, that's a good cat. I went into it knowing that I wasn't necessarily going to get a super cuddly cat, but then I lucked out and got the sweetest one on the whole planet. The only pet I've named is Pierre. I named him Easy Flake after my Easy Bake Oven. Hi Hazel, how are you doing today? Welcome back. Welcome, Bill. Only runs in a single core, so it's heavily influenced by the clock speed of your CPU versus cores and threads. You want to go Intel for what? That's true, yeah. Actually, I didn't know that. Why did I say that's true and I didn't know that? I didn't know that WoW ran on single core. Why does it's almost 2018. Have they not, we're living in a multi-core world now. It is, I do know that Intel single core clock speeds tend to be better than AMD. I was planning on building my next PC with a Ryzen Threadripper just because for the price, the 1950X is better performance than an equivalently priced i9. And I want all the cores. I want like a real beefy processor because I really stress it out and I want to use it for a long time. Like this processor I've been using like since before I moved here. It's like a 5-6 year old processor. What is your health bar at on? Up here? Why am I pointing? I should use my mouse. Up here. That's shadowed unit frames. I just Guardian Spirited that dragon. Shadowed unit frames is that one. I got the Yeti at 5 a.m. because I get up early. Nice. It's probably a good way to do it. Please don't dye your hair with Kool-Aid. I've heard it's a pain in the rear and causes some problems. I promise you I am not dyeing my hair with Kool-Aid. It smells like Kool-Aid, but it is a legitimate product. I've done some research and I have everything that I need, and it is actual hair dye. I have a piece that's already done in the back. You want to see? It's like back here, I think. I did my test strand. I bleached it like 5 days ago, and then I colored it last night, I think. Either last night or the night before. But it worked out pretty good so far. WoW's engine, as good as it looks nowadays, the engine is still pretty old. I wonder what it would take for them technically to migrate to some kind of a newer system without changing too much. Very little software is truly multi-core. When you do see it, it's usually 2 threads and they call it multi. Okay. Can you buy the Globe Yeti in the auction house? Nope, you gotta do it. You gotta go farm it yourself. It is a wild pet, so it is not cageable, it is not sellable. Smells like grape. Is it Arctic Fox? It is! How did you guess? It's like, it's funny because it smells aggressively like grape. Like, it's not just kind of like, oh, wait, that's kind of like grape. It's like in your face grape smell. My sister tried the Kool-Aid hair thing. Our sugar gliders kept grabbing her hair. As it should be, Yeti are too beast to be caged. Kind of reminds me of the purple highlight that you can get on female Pandorans. Yeah. It's the highlight thing is only for like a day or two. Like I'm doing all of it tomorrow. We're going all the way purple. I'm kind of concerned that it might not be flattering, but, and I'll say this in the video, but if it turns out to look awful, then I'm just gonna wear a lot of hats. It's fine, you know. It's not a problem. If this is the last stream with normal Hazel hair, do something special like dance. Please dance. Wait, are you gonna stop watching if you don't like my hair? Is that the idea? You want to see me dance before you leave forever? What are you gonna color your hair as? It's gonna be purple. It's gonna be Void Elf purple. It's going to be a little bit of a darker purple towards the top, and it's going to kind of hopefully sort of blend into a warmer, almost pinker purple towards the bottom, but it's going to be a pretty subtle gradient. What I'm going to do is I have 2 colors of dye. One of them is called Violet Dream, and one of them is called Purple Rain, and I'm going to mix them in 2 quantities. So one of them will be 70-30, and then the other one will be 70-30 the other way. And then that way they're very similar shades, but they're not quite the same. And then I'm going to put the darker one up top, the lighter one on bottom, and then just blend them in the middle. Originally, I had the idea of putting just the lightest one unmixed on the very ends of my hair, but I'm starting to think that I've got way too much going on. I need to just chill. Rewrite cost benefit, rewriting the engine is probably not likely. Yeah, and I think that's why they haven't done it yet. But do you think that there will eventually become do you think that there will eventually come a point in time where that cost benefit starts to weigh the other way because of how old this engine is? I haven't got the Yeti yet, damn you, Chub. Make sure, Miss OP, that when you do go get the Yeti, you may already know this, but just go in with a targeting macro and an interact with target keybind so that you can alternate between those two when it's about to spawn. That will make it very easy for you to very quickly start the pet battle before somebody else does, because he runs and he's kind of hard to click on. There's going to be other people fighting for it, or there might be other people fighting for it. When you get the idea, you either go through with it or you're going to keep wishing to do it. I was on the fence for a long time. I wanted green hair, because I had green hair in high school that I thought looked pretty good. I wanted green hair for a long time, and I was kind of on the fence, and I was on the fence, and I was on the fence, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this once I'm a full-time YouTuber, because then, you know, I wouldn't have to worry about trying to get an office job with a head full of strangely colored hair. And I became a full-time YouTuber a long time ago. I actually haven't... Like, for a while, it was unprofitable, and I was just doing it anyways because I wasn't legally allowed to work in America for a while. It took me a while to get my work visa. Then I got my work visa, and I was like, you know what, this works, and I can stay home with the dog, and it's fine, and maybe it'll go somewhere. And then it went a little further. I still don't make a ton of money, but I make a job's worth of money. It is an income. I no longer feel guilty when I walk past help wanted signs in gas stations. And, so yeah, I didn't have that excuse anymore. And I don't remember when I actually maybe decided to do it, but I want to, so it'll be fun. Some of the dye in your conditioner for color upkeep. That's a good idea. I have, the shampoo and conditioner I use is color safe, it's sulfate free. And also, my hair is very curly, and it tends to be very dry. So, basically, the way I take care of my hair is I actually shampoo it very infrequently. I don't actually fully wash my hair very often. And most of the time, I don't even get it wet. I actually put a shower cap over my hair when I'm showering, because it just gets frizzy and damaged when I mess with it too much. It's better to just kind of leave it be. If it's frizzy, I put in some argan oil. If it's greasy, I put in some dry shampoo. If it's like, if something's in it, or it's gross, or I just feel like I really need to wash it, then I will, but I don't do it very often, so the color should last a while. Also, I don't go outside, or I wear hats when I go outside, so my hair is not going to get super sun bleached, and I also don't swim in, I mean, I know how to swim, but I don't really swim in pools or anything, so it shouldn't see a lot of chlorine. I basically have a very good situation for having non-fading hair color. Thank you for the Antaurus Tactics video. Helped me a bunch getting into raiding. Nice. Nice, nice. I am really glad that you are able to experience Antaurus, because it's a great raid. It's a lot of fun. I used to dye my neon orange with Manic Panic. The color in the conditioner helps keep it vibrant. I'd be worried about, even if it's just a little bit of color in the conditioner, I'd be worried about potentially staining. Like, when I'm actually coloring, not staining me, staining, like, my surroundings. Because we rent this place, we don't own it, so I need to not stain anything. And when I'm actually dyeing my hair tomorrow, I have a very extensive plan for how to basically Dexter out the apartment and have like both the bleach and magic erasers on hand to make absolutely sure that I don't ruin the bathtub or the counters or the floor or the carpet or anything. And I'd be afraid of just like, I'm just very cautious about adding dye to anything else. Where am I going? Wrong. This is wrong. It's the wrong place. What country are you from, if I may ask? I am from Canada. I am from British Columbia. I used Manic Panic when I was a teenager. I used their green. But that'll be a time they weigh letting the game die or a full sequel versus redoing the engine. The backwards compatibility with all the content would be especially grueling. You're right. You're right. I think at that time they may decide to do a sequel instead. I recommended it to her like 3 weeks ago. Damn it. Did I catch the final 3 minutes of the live stream again? Sweet, you made it. Yo, you got 15 whole minutes. That is 5 times your anticipated duration. Syndragosa's worst voice acting in the game. The bloody voice grates on me. I'm not actually... I don't know if I've heard her. I don't usually put voice acting on for this. Launch a new game with all new content. Yeah. I think that shutting down WoW or like making it free to play and having no new content would be a very risky decision for them. I think it could happen one day because I don't think WoW will continue to run for the next 100 years. But at some point, it's just... I'm interested to see how they handle that when that time comes and when that time will be coming, because at this point they don't seem to have plans. They seem to be ready to continue creating content for it indefinitely. I wonder what would have to happen. Like, I feel like something has to happen or change about the landscape of gaming to make WoW no longer worth creating content for. I'm gonna color my hair again. I bought bleach today. I'm so scared of bleaching it again since my roots are so long. That's something I'm kind of worried about. When I eventually get into upkeep, like once I'm gonna bleach and dye it because my hair is so dark that I have to bleach it if I want the color to show up. But when your roots grow out, I know you can bleach and then dye those again the same way because I've seen people do it. But I would be you don't want to double bleach the stuff that you already bleached. I guess you just really carefully apply it to like right that border that you can see. I think we will see a WoW 2.0 before you see a new engine. That's kind of the way I'm leaning, Levesque. My wife went to UVic, so we lived right off campus for a couple years. I miss Victoria, such a great place to live. Yeah. I didn't attend UVic. I actually auditioned for UVic because I went to university as a music major. So in order to get into the program, I would have had to pass my audition, and I failed my audition. It was like the first major failure of my life. Like a big one anyways, a big professional failure. The time that I tried really hard for something and I didn't get it, and that was kind of devastating. And then I ended up going to VIU instead, which didn't work out for different reasons. But I almost went to UVic, but most of my friends did because that was like the thing to do in the area. So I've definitely spent a lot of time on that campus. Pumped about the hair. Good luck with it. Jump off the bridge. I know what you're saying. I totally get what you're trying to say, but it's really funny how you phrased it. Excited to see how the hair will turn out. You look stunning with the brown hair, but having change is exciting. I'm a little scared. I kept reading articles about how to tell if a color would be flattering with your skin tone. And they're talking about warm colors and cool colors and pink undertones and yellow undertones. And I'm just like staring at the mirror of my skin and being like, I don't know, I'm gray. I don't have it depends completely on the lighting. I think it's fairly yellow or green or I don't know. It never looks flattering when I get too up close. I don't know. Sure, it'll be fine. Hazel, which instrument do you play? I play the trumpet, or I used to. I haven't played for years. I can see it from here. I have it out, but my practice really dropped off when I had to move into an apartment building, which was quite a few years ago. I've lived in apartments for a long time. I'm not prepared to inflict my practice on other people, and I do have a very good practice mute. I think it's Yamaha. It's a silent mute system, and it's good, and it does allow me to practice, but I just don't have anything to practice for. I don't have any kind of community band that I'm a member of. I don't have, I always thought that maybe one day I would find some kind of way to incorporate trumpet playing into my YouTube channel, and then that would be a reason for me to practice every day again, because I do miss it, and I feel really bad because my parents spent an awful lot of money on private lessons for me. I spent my entire teenage years convinced that I would be a professional trumpet player when I got older. I don't know how I talked myself into that one. Not sure you saw my question, but what skill are you using when in the middle of a large group of mobs? That would be Holy Nova. That one right there, Holy Nova. Holy Priest only, unfortunately. They got rid of all the wild bunnies in the UVic campus, which was sad. There were a lot of them, though. That was like a real problem. And bless thee with the power of luck to get what you desire most. Thanks, Koala Ninja. You're pink, definitely not a blue. It's hard to say, though, because you guys never really see me in a neutral colored place. Like, my vlogs and everything is either filtered or color corrected in some way. There's no way to have a real life example of what my skin looks like. And I also wear quite a bit of makeup. Whenever I'm on camera, I'm wearing a good amount of makeup. It doesn't look like a ton of makeup, but I promise you it's a lot of makeup. So it's really hard to say. I used to play trombone, jazz girl. Yeah, I love jazz band. I was so bad at improv, though. I tried, and I could kind of improv a little bit, just like blues, but I had this mental block about improv where I just couldn't fathom coming up with something on the spot. It just was like a disconnect in my brain that I was really stressed out about when I was a teenager. My favorite, I did classical music, and then I did jazz band. I did a summer jazz camp, which was kind of fun in Victoria. But my favorite time and place and location to play the trumpet was always in the pit orchestra for musicals. I love musicals. I adore them. They're so much fun. And I loved being part of playing in the pit orchestra for a musical. I actually got paid for at least one gig. I got one paid gig with adults. It was community theater, but I don't care. They paid me, and I got to play with other grown-ups, not high school kids, but grown-ups. I got to play my trumpet in the pit. I was third trumpet. I was bottom of the ladder, but I still got to play, and that was Fiddler on the Roof. And then in high school, I was part of this really fun performance of Jesus Christ Superstar. And that was a really fun one because it wasn't a full pit. It was actually, there were so few people that were still into the arts at my high school that we had it was like a rock band that had like one trombone and one trumpet in it. So it was like me and then a drummer, a bass guitarist, some other kind of guitarist, and then like a trombone player. And they were all really cute boys. And I was a teenage girl. And it was so much fun. Oh, man. Missed having one. Oh, did I get it? No, I didn't. Pick whatever you like, people. Oh, people don't scare at your skin and then your hair and be like, what has she done? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm probably worrying about it too much. It's probably going to be fine. I was also kind of worried about, aren't I too old for this? Like, I'm 25 years old, and sometimes I think that the fully colored hair is kind of like a high school thing. But then I realized I want purple hair, and I'm an adult, so I'm going to do whatever I want. It's going to be fine. Do you like Rachmaninoff? Probably not, because I don't remember. Did you ever do busking in the Inner Harbor? No, you need a license for that. You have to actually pay for a license for that. As in marching band and big band? Who's your favorite classical composer? You prefer Bach? I don't know if I have a favorite classical composer. It's been a long time since I've been involved in anything related to classical music. I think I actually had a favorite, and I would know the name if I saw it, but I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. Sounds like you were watching the boys more than playing. No, I was in front. The boys were watching me. I was in the front. You're never too old to have fun with your hair. That's true. And I also like to think about the possibility of one day, like when I'm elderly and I have all gray hair. Gray hair doesn't take dye quite the same way that not gray hair does, but it still will take it. And I think that would be a great time to do pastel colors, like a pastel pink or a pastel pink. would be fun to do in old age. You can do it at 85. You're absolutely right. Most of the women who pick up the hair at elementary school have weird colored hair. That's good to know. 35, and last summer I had purple hair, then pink, and then blue. All right, I will stop worrying about it then. You're near Portland. Purple hair is practically normal. That's true, actually. It's very hard to be weird around here. At 32, I'm going to go black again soon, though I might miss this wonderful red hair. Red is fun. Okay, you guys are right. You guys are right. I'm not too old. I take it back. I'm sorry. So, I don't think we really have enough time for me to do another one, and I think I might actually dip just a couple minutes early, because I gotta go. I need to get ready to leave, and then leave, and make sure that I'm, like, clean and that I smell like a human being and I'm ready to actually go to this party and talk to people. Thank you guys so much for coming to my stream and talking to me. I always appreciate that a lot, because I get lonely. I might start to do another stream, but I won't announce it, because I don't want to commit. But I might start to do like a secret morning stream. And if I do a secret morning stream, it would probably be Tuesdays around 9 a.m. Pacific time, but don't count on that. If you didn't see it already, I did put out a vlog like right before I went live today, so there is a new vlog on the channel. And then my next video is going to be the whole hair dye fiasco, and that's going to be on Monday. If you want to see any footage or pictures or anything about the hair before Monday, then you want to follow me on Instagram. That's at HazelnuttyLife, because I post to my story. It's mostly a lot of cat pictures, but I will be posting hair updates. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. And happy Hanukkah and happy whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope that it's amazing for you and wonderful and magical. And I will see you guys soon. Where's my buttons? There we go.